Shalom and welcome back to Daily Bible Readings. I am Trish. Thank you so much for joining me. And this is day 3 of reading the Bible. All praise to the Most High Yah in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and in the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Let's continue. All right, so we are in Genesis, Bere'shiyth, chapter 7. And Yahuwah said unto Noah, Come you and all your house into the ark, for you have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast you shall take to you by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that Yahuwah commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his woman, and his sons' women with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creeps upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as Elohim had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, make note of the date. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Now, I said to make note of the date because in my previous video, we were talking about timelines, and there's a reason why your specific dates are called out. It helps to build that timeline. So if you're taking notes when you're studying the Bible, anytime you come across a date that is as specific as this in Genesis chapter 7, verse 11, make note of it. And it's a fun exercise, but it's also very revealing once you piece it all together. All right, so verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah. And Noah's woman and the 3 women of his sons with him into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Elohim had commanded him. And Yahuwah shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth. And the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills, which were under the whole heaven, were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heavens, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. And Elohim remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. I will be providing a presentation. What I will be doing is on the Shabbat, I will be providing a review of all that was read in the days prior, so that there will be some graphics, some charts, some timelines, and we can just have a good review and really piece it all together. So make note of the mountains of Ararat. Look it up, find out where it is in the modern day map. Okay. For those of you who don't know, be Turkey. Okay, that's a freebie. So I'm reading verse 4 again. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. Another date. That's a great call out. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day, so now that's the 27th of the month, the earth was dried. And Elohim spoke unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, you and your woman, and your sons women with you. Bring forth with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his woman, and his sons' women with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creeps upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto Yahuwah, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered ascending smoke offerings on the altar. And Yahuwah smelled a sweet savor. And Yahuwah said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite everything living as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. I'm going to go on this side. And Elohim blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you, even as the green herb. I have given you all things, but flesh, with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall you not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim he made man. And you, be you fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And Elohim spoke unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Elohim said, This is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow, I think we all know what that is. That's the rainbow, right? All right. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Elohim and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noah, This is the sign of the covenant, which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. So when you see a rainbow in the sky, know that this is the covenant. This is the sign of the covenant that the Most High made with Noah, that he would never curse the ground with a flood or destroy the earth with a flood. Okay, that's what that rainbow means. Verse 18. And the sons of Noah, which went forth of the ark, were Shem, Ham, and it's Japheth in Hebrew, but then the modern translation is now Japheth. Okay, we'll learn about the letter J soon, but it is Japheth. Okay, so those are the three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. So we all come from one of these three sons. And Noah began to be a husbandman, that is a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And, and Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son, remember that is Ham, had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Now he's cursing Canaan. He's not cursing Ham. Ham is one of Noah's sons. Noah is cursing his grandson, Canaan. So again, he curses his grandson, Canaan, and the curse is that Canaan shall be a servant of servants. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. So he'll be a servant to his brothers, Shem and Japheth. And he said, Blessed be Yahuwah Elohai of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth. So Elohim shall enlarge Japheth. So the descendants of Japheth, that population will grow. And he shall dwell. Now, this is Japheth. Japheth shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Dwell in the tents of Shem. Well, where will Shem be? So think about that. This is a prophecy. That Japheth will be enlarged, but he will dwell in the tents of Shem. So he will be moving in to Shem's territory. And Canaan shall be his servant. So Canaan is still being a servant to Japheth after Japheth displaces Shem. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. That's the end of chapter 9. Chapter 9 ends with a prophecy. Now, I had mentioned that anytime you see a date, make note of it. If you are into spreadsheets like I am, or just to making lists, also make notes of the curses. Every time you see a curse, read a curse. Every time you see a prophecy, make note of it. Keep track. I have several trackers in a workbook that I started when I started my Bible study last year. I'm not done yet, but I'm so close. I'm keeping track of all the dates for my timelines, and also keeping track of curses, prophecies that have been fulfilled and those that have yet to be fulfilled. So again, it's a wonderful exercise in piecing the Most High Yah's plan. It's a tapestry and it's beautiful. And so it's an exciting time to be alive, really. So, okay, let's continue. Chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. Now I have a chart that I will be presenting on the Sabbath, on Shabbat. And this will be think of an org chart or a family tree. So you really know who's who. There's a reason why I'm about to read chapter 10 lists the names, the descendants of each son, the progenitors, because it will allow us to know who's who today. It will allow us to connect the dots uh, regarding nations, ethnicities all over the world. So this is there's a point to all of this. Years ago, when I tried to read the Bible and I would just give up after reading the first genealogy, I said, "What's the point of all these names?" Well, there is there's a purpose. Okay, we're going to start off with the sons of Japheth. Verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Yavan and Tubal and Meshach and Tirach. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Rephath and Togarmah. And the sons of Yavin, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the other nations divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families in their nations. Now, if you had the King James, it will say these are the Gentiles. I did not make that connection. I had, when I would read the Bible, I always started in the New Testament, and that's where I would see the word Gentiles. So when I finally decided to read the Bible from the beginning, and I saw Gentiles, I said, aha. So the descendants of Japheth are the Gentiles. Okay. Now let's go to verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, today is Ethiopia, and Mitzrayim, Egypt, and Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, which would be Sheba, and Kavilia, sorry for the mispronunciation, and Kafta, and Ra'ama, and Kafteka. And the sons of Rahama, Sheva, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a warrior and hunter in the earth. He was a warrior and a hunter before Yahuwah. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the warrior hunter before Yahuwah. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Iraq, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and built Nineveh. Who's familiar with Nineveh? New Testament, not the New Testament, still in the Old Testament, but Jonah. Okay, the story of Jonah. Remember that. Okay, and the city were Rehoboth and Kelach, and Resen between Nineveh and Kelach. The same is a great city. And Mitzrayim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lahavim, and Naphtuchim, and Pathrusim, and Kaklushim, out of whom came Pelishtim, Philistine, and Caphturium. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Uvi. Sorry, the dog is barking. So we are in verse 15. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the UVC, and the Amori, and the Girgashi, and the Hivi, and the Archi, and the Simi. Oh, these names, they're great though. It's a good exercise. And the Arvadi, and the Simari, and the Hamathi, and afterward were the families of the Canaanim spread abroad, so the Canaanites. And the border of the Canaanim was from Sidon, as you come to Gerar unto Gaza, as you go unto Sedom and Amorah, so Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Sivim, even unto Lesha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber. Now, Eber, this is where we get this is the root of Hebrew. So before, okay, let's not jump ahead. I am getting excited, but make note of Eber, okay? The brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. I'll read verse 21 again. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, Hebrews, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Eliam and Asher and Arphaxad and Lud and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz and Hul and Gether and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Shelach, and Shelach begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. And his brother's name was Yoktan. And Yoktan begat Almodad and Shelep. And here's a long one. Chatzar Maveth and Herak. And Hadoram and Uzel and Dikla and Oval and Avimael and Sheva and Ophir and Havilah and Yovav. All these were the sons of Yoktan, and their dwelling was from Mesha, as you go unto Cepher, a mountain of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Right? Stop there. Now we are going to Psalms. Tehilliym. And we are in chapter 3. Give you a few seconds to get there. Okay. All right, chapter 3. A Mizmor of David when he fled from Avashalom, his son. So Absalom. Yahuwah, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him, to Elohim, Selah. But you, O Yahuwah, are a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter up of my head. I cried unto El Yahuwah with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill, Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awoke, for Yahuwah sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have yet set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Yahuwah, save me, O Elohai. For you have smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the wicked. Yeshua belongs unto Yahuwah. Your blessing is upon your people. Selah. Reading a psalm a day, for me, is not only a time to give praise to the Most High Yah, but it's applicable to what to any aspect of your life. It was applicable back then, especially under the duress that David was under. And we'll learn about that once we get to the book of Samuel. But it's also, David wrote these beautiful psalms rejoicing despite the fear and the duress that he was under. He still acknowledged the sovereignty of the Most High Yah, and he also gave him praise, gave him all the glory, and rejoiced in that. And so, reading a psalm a day just helps you reset, and remembering to trust the Most High Yah no matter what you're going through, whether you're going through a tough season, a hardship, still give him the praise, still trust him, and ask him on the behalf of the Son to move on your behalf. And to also, and but if things are going well, still give him all the praise. And so the Psalms just really help to center and keep us humble, and to just remember to be obedient to the Father, and to trust him, and to seek him out every day. And that's one of the reasons why I am conducting these daily Bible, these readings. And so it's a commitment for me, and I just hope that it's also providing you with much substance and food, and spiritual healing, and the time to connect with the Most High Yah and really seek him out, really seek him out, really study. And that's he's looking for our obedience. And this is a wonderful way to have a relationship with him, just be in the Word every day. So on that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. I hope you're following along in your Bibles, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So sorry for shaking the table so much. And so have a wonderful evening. All praise to the Most High Yah, in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Many of you know him as Jesus Christ. I stick with the Hebrew, but that's okay. It doesn't have to separate us. And in the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Thank you so much again for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Shalom.